Shine Wild Pack, it's Bernadette, aka Mama Bear, and I am here with your Pick a Card Daily Tarot reading for Tuesday, December 7th, 2021. You are seeing me now, but guess what? This was pre-recorded because right now while you're watching this, I'm doing this. Because I'm getting my other cataract surgery done today. Yay! If I could get cataract surgery for everyone in the whole world for Christmas, I would. It's the most miraculous stuff of all time. You can't, if you've ever had it, you'll know. Oh my god, I sound like a retiree from the villages. If you haven't had a bubula, you want one. If you have had it, you'll know. You'll know. Oy vey. Okay, so listen, y'all, I'm gonna jump right in there and tighten up these readings as much as I humanly possibly can, just to get you all the information that you need to start your day. And let's just talk about this straight out right here. You cannot keep doing this. What is this? Well, the spirit totem and power animal that has come for you all today, and I mean, like, normally when I say has come for you, I don't mean like, I'm coming for you, but really the salmon is coming for you today, because here's the story. Here's what you can't keep doing. When a card is inverted, an oracle card, a tarot card, some people don't read with the inverted versions. I do. And for me, psychically practicing intuitive tarot, you know, different messages will come from the spirit animal guides. Different messages will come from the actual oracle card or tarot card archetype, that nature of thing. And then it's up to me to decipher, to do some ciphering for y'all about what that's going to mean for you today. So we're going to dive, you're going to want to watch till the very end, because this is a no joke reading. And as we get closer to the end of the year, I have a feeling based on the way readings have gone so far in the last week or so, it's just going to get more intense and more intense and more intense. So we're going to jump right in. But before we do, please hit the like button, consider subscribing to my channel, and it would be awesome if you hit the little ringy dingy bell thingy so you get all the alerts and notifications. I am ramping up my video game, whoop 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 whoop, and you don't want to miss a thing, because why? We are turning my channel into the largest metaphysical school on the planet, free, online, there you go. That's the goal right now. So again, going back to salmon. So, you know, listen, when people get in a reading, when people get salmon, which is not very often, by the way, they just look so deflated. They're like, I got a fish. You know, they're wanting like a whale or a shark or a dolphin. They don't want a catfish. They don't want a salmon. They don't want none of that, right? But here's the thing. That's a shame, because salmon are some of the strongest, most powerful, most enduring symbolic totems on the planet. I mean, if you just even take a look at the Celtic background and what they think about salmon, and if you take a look at, you know, the indigenous peoples, you know, from the Northwest, and their myths and their legends and their stories about salmon. And of course, you know, it makes really good sense to me, because that it's so powerful for them. When you think about it, if you happen to know this, salmon are like 50 million years old or something. The earliest fossil of a salmon that we have found so far is like 50 million years old. That's old, y'all. That's a lot of that is a lot of primordial wisdom, a lot of ancient wisdom. And these fish, these salmon, they live for most of their life in the open salt water, right, in the oceans and the seas. And then towards the end of their life, they scooter poop back to the river that they were first spawned in. So they've got the power of freshwater. They've got the power of salt water. They've got the power of these deep, 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 cold oceans. They've got the power of, you know, rivers, which, you know, they can be deep, but not deep like an ocean. So when you think about all of the wisdom that they've accumulated over their travels, that's crazy. The other thing is that's always really fascinated me about salmon is they can change 3 colors in their lifetime. And when they want to spawn, when they want to go upstream, nothing can stop them at all. They are strong, strong, strong fish. Really strong fish. So one of the things that it's important for you all to know on this Tuesday, for your tarot card reading today, or your oracle card reading, I should say, is that when salmon comes inverted, it's asking you two things. Don't fight so hard. Don't, I'm like, yeah, and salmon can do this and salmon can do that, raw. Okay, that's great. And sometimes you're going to need that. You're going to want that. You're going to want to, step into yourself as salmon to bring that power forth. But for right now, what I'm being told is stop swimming so hard up against the stream. Stop fighting so hard. And the other thing that I'm hearing for you all quite a bit today, which surprises me, because listen, you know better than this. You are wild and free. You don't change your colors for anybody unless you want to, for a reason that you want to, but not just to please someone else or just because someone, gave you the stink eye, or what's the new, well, this isn't new. I think it's probably a couple of years old, threw shade at you. You don't do that. You only change your colors if you feel like changing your colors and for whatever your reasons are. So the first two things, really the biggest things to take away from today for, by working with salmon, salmon energy and medicine is don't change your colors unless you want to. And don't fight so hard. Don't be swimming upstream so hard, right? Now, all of that being said, I'm going to jump right in. I've started a new format this month, and it's really important to me as an evidential psychic medium, tarot reader, shamanic practitioner, et al., that I deliver, by working with spirit, you get very specific messages. It's not like an overall general thing that could fit anybody. Hops agrees. So, dang, Hops, what's going on? Are we being invaded? We're not being invaded. She's a dog. She's Hops. Okay. So, all right. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay, Hoppy. Thank you for saving my life. Thank you. She's held down the fort. Okay. So, I'm going to jump right in. So, if you are here for your pick a card relationship reading, what I will say is, even though the card is inverted, what I'm hearing about relationships, and relationships can be anything. Your relationship with yourself, your coworkers, your family, your friends, your fur babies, your own spiritual journey, anything that you're in relationship with, even though this is inverted, here I'm drawn to this, and I always show you guys on my websites, whatismyspiritanimal.com and buildingbeautifulsouls.com. They are really great free resources for you guys to go to and get thousands of different symbolic meanings, zodiac signs, auras, on whatismyspiritanimal.com. It's all about spirit, totem, and power animals all day long, and there's a big, big, big animal dream dictionary on there. Anyway, all that said, when you're looking at this card for relationship meanings for today, it really is about, whereas it's don't fight so hard as the general overall feeling for today, and it's don't change your colors for anybody, it really is for you in a relationship to turn, when I say turn the car around and be a trailblazer. Working hard or swimming against the stream has nothing to do with being a trailblazer, right? And a role model of major influence for the next generation. And I was really called to those words today when I was, talking with Salmon, because if you're watching this video right now, you're being called in a position of leadership. You are. You're being called because you're a metaphysician, you're a magician, you're a shamanic practitioner, you're a light worker, you're a spiritual worker. Give it a label if you have to, but you are being called to help the next generation. And that's going to take a little bit of elbow grease. But the bottom line is, it's time to be a trailblazer and a leader. And those are two different things. Trailblazers are people who take, maybe the path of least resistance in a way, only in that it will call you to step outside of your comfort zone. And that's pretty tough for some people. But if you're here for the relationship reading, that's what you're being called to do. That said, if you are here for your pick a card love reading, that's a different story. Meaning, you can have a relationship and love someone as a human, but not like, I love that person, right? So this is for anyone you love, including yourself. And when I see in my mind's eye, in my psychic eye, Salmon really is it really is the same in a love reading today as it is almost for the overall reading. Is don't 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 turn yourself inside out for anyone. And if someone, oh wow, okay, listen, this is interesting. If someone is not working as hard as you are, and I don't really necessarily mean hard so much as if they're not putting forth a same kind of effort that you do in the relationship overall, this might be this might be the time to swim away from them, because they are not going to. They're not going to. And what that means is, unfortunately, in nature, Darwin is right in some respects. The strongest survive, and they make the species stronger. Now, that's not always true, but if you are, imagine yourself, you're trying to get ahead in your life. You're moving and you're slogging and you're working and you're doing this and you're doing that, and you're like, you've got dead weight you're pulling behind you. In the animal kingdom, not always, but in the animal kingdom, they will leave them behind and, move on. Now, that's harsh, and I get that. And humans don't, I don't mean that, I don't mean that in a physical sense. Okay, so please don't write me and say, you told me to leave my partner who has, whatever disease, and I didn't say that. What I'm saying, I'm talking more from an emotional and mental respect, not, and maybe even spiritual respect. I find that a lot with people who are growing spiritually and their partner is not. It starts to feel like a weight, a terrible weight, a noose around their neck. Almost like somebody has scooped them up in a net and is just kind of holding there in limbo, Okay, so there's that. I know it's a little tough to take, but, I gotta say what they tell me to say, y'all. That's my promise. Those are my ethics with the animal guides on the other side, is that I will not censor their work. I'm not a big fan of censoring to begin with, but there you have it. Okay, so now we want to move on, and we want to talk about your pick a card health reading. So, well, this is really interesting. Even if you are like a super healthy person, like you eat healthy, you think you exercise, you think you this, you think you that, you might be all right aerobically, and you may not be all right aerobically, but Salmon is showing me, I don't know if you've ever been around and watched them jump. You can just see the muscles ripple everywhere. It's craziness. So I'm being told to share with you that if you are here about health, and this can be mental, emotional, physical, spiritual, okay? And again, this video is for edutainment purposes. I am not a medical professional of any kind, and I am not dispensing medical advice. However, I am telling you metaphysically and spiritually what I'm being shown, and that is, it's time to, I want my soul. You remember that song? You do, because they play it at every 70s and 80s anything. And you want muscle, you want to bulk up, and you want to get strong. And again, that can be physically, or that can be mentally, emotionally, or spiritually, but it is really time for you to start lifting some weights, doing some strength training, whatever that's going to mean for you. But it's time to do it, because you are about to go on a journey that is crazy. It's just like, once why am I hearing all 70s music today? Now I'm hearing Tina Turner. It's like rolling, rolling, rolling on the river. Do 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 do. Left a good job in the city, working for my man every night and day. No, I didn't. That's why I've always worked for myself, because I don't do that stuff. Anyway, all I can hear is that song. These are the things that go out of my head. I'm watching little Salmon do this like Tina did in the video, right? This is why I tell people you don't want to be me. Okay, so all that being said, and I'm going to skip this ad. So all that being said, I that's a story for your health. I got to move on. Because really, there's nothing else left to say. It's all about the strength. It's all about the strength training. There you have it. Okay. And finally, we want to do pick a card for the money reading for today. Now, money is different than career. And when I take a look at okay, I don't, oh, just so you guys know, when you go to my site, when you go to, whatismyspiritanimal.com, there's like the overall meaning of the animal, and then there's what does it mean as a spirit animal, what does it mean as a totem animal, what does it mean as a power animal. And I'm drawn again to the power animal about money. There's something, let me just tell you what I'm seeing. I'm seeing all of these gold nuggets. Like if you went to California and you started to mine for gold, right? Or pan for gold, and you hit the mother lode, I'm literally seeing the river that the salmon are in and all of these gold things underneath, these gold nuggets. And I'm being told it's real gold. So there's something about your emotions as regards money and wealth, because money is one thing, but wealth is something else. And it's like if you will just hit your emotional groove as regards money, nothing can stop you. So for instance, we talked about this yesterday in Monday's reading. If you're living paycheck to paycheck, okay, check your emotions about that. And what are your emotions centered around? Well, living paycheck to paycheck. Well, it sucks. Of course it does. But if you're focused so much on how bad it sucks, is there emotional room in there for choosing a life with all those golden ducats there? And really, you're not really upset about living paycheck to paycheck. You're upset about what put you there to begin with. If you think about it, chances are that's the truth. So whatever your story is, whatever's gone on, it's time to shimmy through all of that water and keep your eye on the prize, because they, with salmon as your power animal, I mean, they just don't stop. They don't stop till they get what they want. I mean, or they die trying. Now, I am not suggesting that you go out and die trying. It's a metaphor. But honestly, this sounds simple, and I know it's not. Believe me, I untangle emotional stuff every day, y'all. Just not only for myself, but I help clients do it. And not because I'm a medical professional, but the cards, the tarot cards and the oracle cards and the spirit animals and the angels, that they are who they are. They are what they are. When they come out, you got to talk about it, right? So I just keep hearing, if you will allow salmon to take you on the journey and spend some time in those rivers before you plunk it all down in the deep ocean, because you don't want to be diving 18 jillion feet to find buried treasure. It doesn't have to be that difficult, and you can have it. That's it. You can have everything much sooner. So there you go. I hope that's good news. All right, y'all. Well, I love you very much. I hope to see you in 2020 vision tomorrow after my cataract surgery. And so please, again, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Pick up your copy of the Arc Animal Tarot and Oracle deck. Please like the video so that Google thinks that people actually like us over here. And remember, everything that you do that helps promote my channel and promote the animals does better for animals in the world. And we always want to do that, because what's the main thing? Do good for animals, including yourself, and stay wild.